Welcome back to the PPRFFMP, the Pre-Party Room Film Festival mini podcast with Josiah Downey, legendary member of
Woo!
the Red Team. Thanks for
Blue
being
team.
here, Josiah.
Woo, woo. Ready.
All
Let's do
right. I guess you could call yourself a purple teamer, but for the sake of this podcast, you are on the Red Team. So tell us, give us a progress report. Where's your film at?
All right, so today is July 11th, and so far, Red Team's film, as far as shooting, is at 0%.
Okay.
Yes, haven't started shooting at all, but do have a shoot date on the calendar, which you're aware of, Levi, since you are my assigned talent and
I am, yes.
will be playing a large role in Red Team's film. So we do have that on the calendar. It's going to be a quick turnaround after we shoot, but Red Team did get me the script in a timely manner. So yes, we are prepared to move forward with it. It does require shooting outside, so I'm hoping that the day is nice. Otherwise, it's going to get interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever shot something like outdoors or on location and you had to adjust for weather before?
Not with Party Room so far. I have had to do some things with work.
Okay.
Usually, if it's too bad of weather and it needs to be outside, then we'll just pivot to inside. So the gas station Wawa is coming to Kentucky,
Uh-huh.
more of like a northern thing, and they did a kickoff for it, like a groundbreaking thing,
Yeah.
the first one. And so we messaged them and we're like, hey, this is looking like it could get a little bit stormy out. And they were like, oh, we have a tent. They're like, and we have a backup location if it starts to pour down rain. And we're like, we appreciate the preparedness, because usually it'd be like, oh no, like most of our classes would be like, oh no. But yeah, they were ready for any scenario that came. So it was good.
That's great. That's great.
Now, this is a bit of an interesting question. What was your script writing process like for this year? Like, how involved were you with the Red Team script writing?
Red Team collaborated and worked on coming up with some ideas together. And then Matt kind of took the lead on actually writing it and taking those ideas and turning it into a 4-page script. The day before he wrote it, he hopped on a call, and Cody and I hopped on that with him, and we kind of talked through what the general idea was and kind of helped fine tune a couple of things with that. And I think it got to a really good spot ultimately. And then Matt just took that and ran with it and finished it off. And now I've got a complete script. So
Yeah, it probably needed a lot of fine tuning coming from the Red Team, I would imagine.
Yeah, whatever. It was pretty solid out the gate.
I will say, Red Team's script came in Courier font, made like in proper screenwriting format. Blue Team's script came in as a stream of consciousness email.
Sounds about right.
I mean, that's almost more impressive if you think about it.
It's not.
So as far as presentation, I would say that Red Team has definitely won as one that's as far as
That's right.
Fortunately, there's no award for presentation of your script.
That's true. I was very grateful though, like running with this idea and stuff. The script writing process is probably one of my least favorite parts of the process. I like having the script afterwards, like, and I can come up with ideas, but it's usually the part that I struggle with the most. So it was nice to have other people working on that and then just be able to take it and run with it from that point, which I have been doing. So yeah.
Yeah. How many days will it take you to shoot this movie, you think?
Plan is to shoot it all in one day. Maybe there might be some pickup shots or some details or things like that I need to grab, but the goal is to have 90 7 to 99% of it shot in one day.
Awesome. Impressive.
Now, is there any specific inspiration that you're pulling from for this film or this filming process, I suppose?
I would say that this script was definitely inspired by the last 40 years of Josiah films. I feel like Matt and the rest of the Red Team took kind of the feel and ideas that I've done in the past 4 years, and then kind of formed something out of that and wrote it based on like something that I would come up with. But it was fun because like I don't know if I would have ever come up with this idea necessarily, but it definitely feels like something that I would have written. But yeah, I don't know if I would have come up with this specific idea, so I'm excited for
that. So is it interconvoluted Shin 2?
I cannot confirm nor deny whether it is a sequel to one of my previous films.
Fair enough.
Just have to wait and see. What's a challenge you've run into during filming season? I guess since you've only written the story, there may not be a whole lot of a question here, but have there been any challenges so far?
No, I would say the biggest challenge is just trying to make sure that I've got time to shoot and then edit. Yes, it's going to be a very condensed editing period, especially for Red Team's film. Mm-hmm. But I kind of planned for that with my schedule and stuff like that. It's going to be, full. And they didn't go. Thank you, Matt, for not going overboard on special effects in my script, because you could have done me much worse if you had put a whole lot of effects in there. So I appreciate that greatly. Big shout out to Matt and the rest of the Red Team.
Now, how much money is the Red Team forcing you to sink into this, money pit of a film?
Overall, it hasn't been terribly expensive. One of my main characters has requested a costume budget. I won't disclose which person this is, but one of them has
no, not me.
Requested a $50 costume budget.
That's more than some people spend on their whole films.
So we'll see. We'll see how that ends up panning out. But they haven't actually purchased that yet, so we'll see. And then I've purchased one prop for it that I did not already own, which was like $10, I think. So yeah, so probably about $60.
And they're trying to make you into a high roller over there in the Red Team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In comparison to like Paul's budget, I'm pretty much sending out.
Yeah.
Throwing out.
They said, Josiah, unload the money cannon. we need a dub.
Now you've got a pretty tough matchup. It's you versus yourself. Who do you think will win? You or Blue Team Josiah?
I feel confident in my abilities to just decimate Blue Team Josiah, just absolutely pound him into the ground.
Excellent.
He both does and does not know what's coming at him, since he both is and is not me.
I understand completely.
Yes, there has been some inner turmoil with trying to divide my brain in two different parts.
Right.
But yes, ultimately, yes, Red Team Josiah will prevail. And yes.
Excellent.
And could actually win the Golden Dewey as well. We'll see. Statistically, it's likely that one of the Josiahs.
It is true. You have the best odds.
It's twice as likely as the other filmmaker.
Right, and we don't know the official stats, but technically, since no other Golden Dewey winners have won again, you have even greater odds. So this could be your year.
This is true.
But you could also extrapolate that no Golden Dewey written scripts have won another year. Like anyone that's written a Golden Dewey winning script has not been able to produce more than one Golden Dewey winning script. And so you would then stand a better chance as Blue Team Josiah, because we only have one Golden Dewey winner, whereas they have, 3 Golden Dewey winners.
That's true. But we also don't know what the power of a collective force is. and whether the sheer force of just all the Golden Dewey winners kind of contributing a little bit to it.
Are they greater than or less than the sum of their parts? Only time will tell.
Yes.
Only time will tell.
Find out. We'll find out.
Yeah. Now here's one of the questions we've asked everybody. We've gotten some pretty good responses. Mm-hmm. Who do you think's going to win the Golden Dewey? I know you kind of mentioned maybe Red Team Josiah takes the Mountain Dew home with him, but what are your thoughts?
I think it definitely could be Red Team Josiah. If it's not Red Team Josiah, then I think it's definitely Matt. I think Matt's got it this year. I've helped him some with his film, and I think it's a brilliant concept. Will it be on time? Well, only time will tell. But
that is true.
If it's even close to being on time, I think Matt's got it, and I think he's got it for sure. So
Matt's a lock-in. I think you're the first one to say that Matt is a lock-in, and calling for the first break of the GDC.
That's true. It would be the first repeat winner if he can manage to lift the highest prize.
We should make some kind of graph or bar chart or something with all of the different like predictions and stuff, and release that at the end of the mini pod season. That would be
fun. Yeah, that would be interesting.
We could do that.
Josiah, whose film do you think will be better, Trevor's or mine?
I gotta go with Levi's.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Wow. Wow. He needed a win. I get it. You gotta throw him a bone every now and then. Hey. No,
this is the 3rd out of 8, so we're running just a little bit below half. So
we're taking a real podcast pounding over there.
Yeah. Not only will Levi win, but he'll break the curse, but he'll also break the curse immediately after winning the previous year. So it's gonna throw everyone for a loop.
Thank you.
All right. Wow.
Thank you for having faith in me.
Well, this is just Red Team Josiah, though. Wait till we hear from Blue Team Josiah.
Well, I'm sure Blue Team Josiah will agree with all of Red Team Josiah's.
Yeah, 100%.
Only time will tell.
Also, I don't know if we really have. I mean, it's July 11th. We still have to get everybody else's podcast in. I don't know if we'll have time for Blue Team Josiah. So we'll see.
Blue Team Josiah. We'll see. We will see. Now, here's a real question: would you, as a council member yourself, vote for Trevor for council?
So, Trevor, if the council is, the Trinity, needs to stay a Trinity. Mm-hmm. If you could get onto the council today, but it meant the removal of me, both Blue and Red Team Josiah.
Wow, both of you.
Mm-hmm. We are 2, but we are also 1.
Yeah, that checks out.
Would you take that? Would you accept that if it meant kicking me out of the trio?
I would not.
Oh,
I would not kick out a current member to place myself on the council.
Does this apply to all council members?
You can extrapolate it to all council members. I would not stage a coup over someone.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Okay. Now, could you say the same for Andrew if we were in opposite roles? I don't think you could. I don't think you could.
This has been very interesting.
Yeah. No, that does make it interesting. The biggest thing for me is that I do think that 3 people works very well as far as decision making and balance and stuff. If we had 4, then it could turn into a 2 and 2 situation in this decision making, which could create gridlock. And
but then we could settle all disputes with a 2v2 death match, which would be arguably very entertaining.
That is true. A 2-on-2 death match in what?
Pick your poison. We could have a wheel of like 2v2 death matches. Like it can be like thumb wrestling. It could be green screen editing. It could be anything, right? It could be a boxing match. It could be paper airplane throwing.
All right. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. When was the last time Andrew suggested a cool 2v2 death match with a spinning wheel of options?
This is the first time I'm hearing that suggestion specifically. Although there is an idea that Andrew's thrown out that does involve a wheel, but it's a lot more harsh and punishing. But yeah,
Actually, maybe a wheel of punishments.
it could be. It could be.
From Avatar: The Last Airbender, you're gonna boil someone in oil.
Yes, it could be a potential punishment for turning your film in late. You have to spin the wheel of punishments.
I like it. We're gonna feed someone to sharks.
Which team do you think is better? Red team or blue team?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that red team is 100% better.
Yep.
Mm.
I thought so too. Yeah.
And blue team is 0% better than red team.
I mean, do you think that?
I think that's just how the statistics lay out. If you kind of look at it closely and really analyze it, which I know that it's done. So
yeah,
it's pretty clear.
But like, what's the red team's name even?
The red team's name is the red team.
Duh.
Interesting.
Future Levi here. Obviously, this is no longer a valid point because the red team's name is in fact now Red. R3D.
Yeah. Like they didn't have the creativity to come up with a name on their own.
We were too busy working on our films, Trevor.
So this is Future Levi again, and that aged really bad.
I see. Interesting.
So far, it seems to be working for us. I feel
that's true. I mean, I can't.
We did get the first submission.
That is true.
I was going to say I can't argue anything other than that because you did get the first submitted film.
We did.
But I do know when that film was filmed, and there was a little bit of time prior to that. But
and yet, there's no blue team films in, and it's been several days.
It has. You know, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek about mine. I filmed mine before the film that has submitted theirs, and I have not touched a single thing since that day that I filmed. Not one thing. So
that's just the Trevor film experience. I'm glad
that is true. Yeah, that's how you can have faith in my film, knowing that it was filmed well within reasonable time, but it won't be edited for a long time.
It won't be edited until the day before the deadline.
That's right. Yeah, after I download DaVinci.
I am
and then
so
figure out
curious
how to use DaVinci.
And exactly. Yeah. I'm going to start watching YouTube videos on how to use DaVinci at my work.
If you're going to start the day before the deadline, maybe start in the morning if you're using DaVinci.
That seems reasonable. Okay. I might have someone come over and just film, like me trying to use DaVinci.
That would be a good documentary piece.
Yeah. I'll get Matt to come over and do some BTS of it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Is there anything else that you want to let the people know about Red Team Josiah and the Red Team Abomination that you're putting forward?
I guess I would just say that when I think of Red Team specifically, I just think that they are absolute brilliant creatives.
Wow.
I think they're hilarious. I think they're clever in the ways that they write and the films that they make. You could even say that they're geniuses.
Wow.
If you're looking at it from a certain perspective.
They probably all have better golf handicaps than the blue team too.
Yeah. I'd say they're definitely fierce. They're fierce competitors. They're ready to overcome any obstacles, and they're also amazing friends. And I'm thankful to be on Red Team.
That's right. Red Team up.
That hurts to hear a little bit, but it's okay. I'll forgive you one day.
All right, let's wrap this thing up. Like Trevor says, you know what it is. I'm just hanging out. Yeah, you do.
Hanging out with my family.
Whoa, we could actually hear that.